Hello everybody, today we're gonna play caro defense in our rating climb. We're currently 1708 elo. We play d5, then we'll see what he's gonna do. He plays the advanced. Let's play the Gotham Sicilian. So we immediately attack his pawn, and he should just protect it. That's good. Now we develop the knight, putting even more pressure to the pawn, and now we want to develop the bishop to pin the knight. He takes, that's alright, because we are going to trade off this pawn anyway, and then we don't have double pawns anymore. So he takes our pawn. Now we just attack his. He defends, but we can maybe. So we could also play this move with a check, and then he maybe blocks, and then we take with the bishop. Yeah, let's go actually for the check. He can also go here maybe, but he just blocks. So now we take the pawn. He takes our bishop, and we do want to take this knight, because then we get a target on this pawn by rerouting our knight. So he goes for an attack. Let's just play rook b1, taking the pawn on b7, b2. So he kinda has to defend it. He can play like this, but then we can see he gambits it actually. So we can take this, and then his idea just to trade it off. But we can maybe even play something like this, because after take, maybe we just castle first, because now he does have to defend this, because otherwise we would just double. So I think something like this. Now we can put pressure to this pawn. He has to defend it, probably with some rook e1, and we can maybe try to move our rook over, create an attack, putting more pressure. Yeah, I like that idea. So threat is to go here, target this pawn, so the queen has to keep defending the pawn. And maybe then we can even play this, attacking the queen. So he moves his knight, that means we can take this pawn. And then he will activate his rook. But I think that's okay. Let's just grab the pawn. We still threaten this. Can maybe even do this, and after takes, we take his queen. Or we could just drop back somewhere maybe. Ooh, we're kind of so yeah, let's take the pawn, create a getaway square, because if he takes, so he can take the knight now, but that doesn't really matter. So he moves his queen out of the way, and now he just resigns. But because it's just losing a rook. So let's see the game review, because I think we made a mistake. So let's see. You see there, we made one blunder. Yeah, I was right. So the opening was just alright. We developed the knight, developed the bishop. Takes. The best move was actually queen b8. Why? So let's see, because maybe we put pressure to this pawn. But what if he just develops? He gives e6, castle, develop, not even taking the pawn, because then the knight will go after it. But alright, we're not gonna play something like this, just e6. This was a mistake, but because of c6, because after bishop takes, he is b4. This is also something I saw, but I wasn't planning on taking the pawn. I was now just planning on rerouting this knight. But then I guess he could have made maybe also after I developed the knight. So after he plays c3, we developed the knight. He has this b4 move, which is very annoying. But I thought we could be annoying ourselves by not allowing him to castle. So we played the check knight, we traded off, and we took. because we want to destabilize the center, develop the knight to this square to put pressure to this pawn in the future. G4, yeah, he doesn't attack anybody. He stops our knight from going to this square, that was his idea, but we rather have our knight in this square. So this was a mistake actually. This move doesn't hurt you, but it doesn't help either, yeah. He just wanted to go immediately after the pawn, but it's alright. The best move here was h4, and rook h2 is also fine. Oh, it's not fine because we get forked. Wow, that's a really nice move, actually. So we castled, b6. Now I got my knight here, attacking the center pawn, he defends. This was a mistake, he wanted to play f6, trying to open up over here. It kind of is the same idea, because I want to get my rook to this square, protect it, and he wants to open up the f file to also get a rook on the f file. He takes my queen, I took the pawn, and here I took the pawn, which was a mistake, which I saw after I played it, because he can just take it. And now we're just down a knight for a couple of pawns. I still think we would be able to win it, but he just resigns because we can take the rook. But instead we could have just played this, because our queen is trapped. So, but after he moves, we can get it away. So let's see, if he moves here, he can, because he will lose the rook. So he has to keep contact with the rook. Now he can play something like this, because now the square isn't protected anymore. And what does he think the best move is actually? Is he gonna say that? I'll show the follow up. Attacking the queen still. Then we both sacrifice and keep our queen. And this is a very long line, but it doesn't really matter. So thank you all for watching. It was a nice game.